Hello and welcome in our video. In this video, we will do requirements review in DOORS next. We already have one video where we covered important considerations and important theory behind review process, and in this video, we would like to focus mainly on hands-on. So without further ado, let's jump directly to exercises. You can create reviews in many different places. You can add artifacts to reviews on many different places. I will show you some, but then I will show you the only place where I am creating reviews because it's the most easiest one and the easiest one to find. First place where you can create a review is directly in a module. You can navigate up here on the right to this More Actions menu, click, and then here, Create Review. And you can create a review directly from the module. Or you can go to Artifacts and see, I will choose, for example, this module, and you can create review here. So create a review containing artifact. Again, the same window, you can create review. You can also go to all, find any artifact, for example, this one it's clicked, so why not, and create review containing artifact. Or you can go to collection, click on collection, and here create review from collection. So there is many different places where you can create review. The easiest one is up here, reviews. It's self-explanatory. It's the easiest one to find. Just click on reviews and create review here. It's exactly the same window, exactly the same process, and probably I never used any other option because this is so easy to find and so easy to work with that I am using this 100% of the time. So let's create a review right here. I will add name, it will be review number 1, and you can add some description, but you don't have to. Just click on OK, and your review is created. This is the main place where you can set up your review. So you probably would like to add some participants. So add participants, I will use Igor, Peter, and I will search for Oliver, another demo account. Excellent. Now you have your participants. You see, all of those participants are by default reviewers. So type of the participant is reviewer. You can have three types of participants. First is, again, reviewer. So default role that can comment, review, or abstain from reviewing the artifacts. To finalize the review, all reviewers must review or abstain from reviewing all artifacts in a review. Then we have optional reviewer. This is very similar role to reviewer with one big distinction. Optional reviewer doesn't have to review all the artifacts in a review. In fact, optional reviewer don't have to review any of those artifacts for review to be considered complete and finalized. And also, progress of optional reviewer, so as this optional reviewer is a reviewing artifact, is not impacting the overall calculated progress of review. The last type of participant is approver. Approver must approve, disapprove, or abstain from every artifact before the review can be considered complete and finalized. So I add three participants so I can change those type of participants to three different types. How can you do that? Just click on participant, navigate to the right to change reviewer type, and I will make Igor approver. Excellent. Peter, I will leave Peter as reviewer, and Oliver, I will change Oliver to optional reviewer. You can also send emails to the participants. It won't be possible for me right now because I am running on my local host and all email addresses are fake, but you can create email, hi Igor, Peter, and Oliver, you are participating in a review that is starting right now or tomorrow or whenever, and you can send this email. You can also change due date. So right now it's 16th of June, so it's Friday, and you see that due date was chosen automatically 1 week from now. But I can change it. For example, the due will be 1st of July. You can also add instructions for reviewers. For example, something like this. Please review if all requirements are clear, unique, consistent, etc. Please use review one filter. So you can create some specific filter or view and you can tell reviewers about this view here. You can also tell, please verify if all artifacts has verifiable artifact attribute set if every artifact is necessary and is linked and has priority, etc., etc., etc. So you can all write it here, or you can maybe post a link to some internal process page where everything is already written, so that's instructions to reviewers. But the most important part is to add artifacts, because you need to add what are you supposed to review. So by clicking on add artifacts, you can add modules, base artifacts, and collection. But probably 90% of the time you would like to add modules, because if you are adding base artifacts, this is not 100% copy of the artifact that is in module, because if you are creating link from module artifact to another module artifact, those links will not be in a base artifact. So, and linking and traceability is probably one of the most important parts of requirements. So it's not enough to use base artifacts for review. So you would probably need to choose modules maybe 90% of the time. Collections. Even if you are using collection, in the collection, you are using base artifact. You can have module in a collection, but you cannot have module artifact in a collection. So again, collections are great, but when reviewing, collections may not be enough, just again, because of those base artifacts problems. Okay, so for this example, I will use some base artifact, for example, this hazard and risk, add, and I will also add one module, for example, stakeholder requirement specification, add and close. So those are artifacts we will be reviewing. Excellent. Now I can jump as a reviewer to the first artifact. It's opened, and you see I can approve it, disapprove it, or abstain. Approve or disapprove. Why? Because me as Igor admin, I am approver. If I would be reviewer, I would see review or abstain. And also, it's not just approve, but approve and approve with comments, disapprove or disapprove with comments. So I am disapproving because, and you can add it to the comments, and abstain with comments. I will approve this artifact. Excellent. I will jump back, and you see this artifact was approved, but it's just 50% done because we have just two participant types that needs to go through this artifact and make some action. We can also see that Igor is 50% done because there are just two artifacts that Igor needs to review. He already reviewed one of them, so he is 50% done. And we will talk about how unfortunate it is because this is whole module with maybe 100 of requirements, but still from a review perspective, it acts as one and there is just one action Igor can make to module. All right, and the last number is 25%. What does it mean? That this review is 25% completed because Igor needs to do two reviews and Peter needs to do two reviews. So we need four reviews to complete this review. That's why this review is 25% done. But as soon as I will pause this review, click on Oliver and change him to reviewer, continue, and I will refresh the window. You see the numbers change. So now this review is 17% completed, and now this artifact is 33% completed, because now we have three participants that needs to go through every of those artifacts. Excellent. I will pause review, click on Oliver, change reviewer type to optional reviewer. Excellent. And I will continue with review. Now we can jump to Peter and see from Peter's perspective what can be done. So Peter jumped to the review, he clicked on this artifact, and you see he can review or abstain. So it's different from approver. And for example, Peter may abstain with comment. All right, abstain. I will jump back, and you see this artifact is done. It's 100% complete. Even though I wrote comment that I don't think this is right, it's already approved. So can I jump back as approver and disapprove this artifact? And yes, I can. I will jump back. This is administrator. I will open this artifact, and although I already approved, I can disapprove. All right, disapprove. I will jump back, and still this review is done, and you see this artifact is still done and the review is still 50% done, because even a negative action is an action that helps us move forward. I will also use Oliver account. I will jump to this artifact and I will review it. All right, I will jump back, and here we can see that Oliver reviewed one, that Peter abstained from one, and that Igor disapproved one, but we don't see Oliver's action anywhere. It's still 50% done, and we have just two status colors here. Why? Because Oliver is optional. He can review artifacts, he don't have to review, and his actions are not counted into the progress. All right, and now to the real deal. I will jump to the module, and you see we have many artifacts here in this module, 91 of them. Excellent. But unfortunately, I cannot go artifact by artifact, line by line, requirement by requirement, and approve or disapprove selected requirements. I can only approve whole module, and I can only disapprove whole module or abstain from whole module. This is significant downside. I am not able to choose module artifacts to the review. I can only choose whole module for review, and in this module I cannot select specific artifacts and approve or disapprove them. The only reasonable action is create comments. So I can click on comments and create some comment. Excellent. So I created comment in a review for this requirement. This is special kind of comments. It's not comments that you can see in module. These comments can be seen just in review. And you see, those are called review comments. So the comments you are creating here in review stays in a review. If I will jump to the module and I will find the same artifact, you see there is no comment here or no comment here. I can also refresh so you will believe me, but actually those are two separate comments. You see the same result. So this comment is different from comment in a review. It's very important to know. To summarize review comments, they are probably the most important tool in your review toolset. Comments in reviews are used in the exact same way as in a module, so you can use them to discuss reviewed artifacts, provide feedback, ask questions, share objections, etc. It is possible to create comments for individual artifacts as well as for entire module. And exactly as in a module, comments may have different priorities. Comments can be directed to some selected review participants, and he will be notified or she will be notified by email. And once again, exactly as in a module, you can use threads, you can resolve comments, you can resolve whole threads. So it's very important to know that although review comments and standard comments share their capabilities, they are not the same thing, because review comments are only visible in the review context. That's the most important difference, that commenting the artifact in the review will not be shown outside the review. All right, now I would like to just approve it, because really you cannot do anything else. Go back and you see we are 75% done. And I will also jump to Peter's account and review the same module. Excellent. Jump back and you see right now we are 100% done. Now I can go and open this part here, click on done. Yes, excellent. As Peter, I can do the same. Click here, click on done. Yes, and I will jump back, open this part and click on finalize review. And now this review is finalized. So if I will click on the reviews, right now we don't see anything, because by default we see just open reviews. If I would like to see this review and go inside this review, I will choose all reviews. You see this review status is done. My role was approver. I will open it and I can go and see if there are any comments. There are 3 comments of this artifact, and if I will jump here, you see there is comment of this artifact. So that information is not lost after finalizing the review, but you need to jump inside the review and see how this review went, what was reviewed, who reviewed what and how, and also you can see all comments here. If you would like to see comments in this section, you need to comment this whole artifact here. Alright, and with this, I would like to finalize also this video. Those were basics of reviews. There is many tricks I would like to show you, but we need to create separate videos for that because this video would be extremely long. So I really hope this video was informative for you and I look forward to see you in our next videos.